In this video, I'm going to show you how to schedule a report. In prior video, I showed you how you can customize your reports to create your own type of report. And so you can take a look at that video if you want to figure out how to customize a report to contain the data that you want to appear in it. For right now, what we're going to do is we're going to work with one of the standard reports that come with SiteAudit. There's approximately 70 reports that are delivered with the product by default. And we can go into one of these reports and open one. And I'm going to use incident history for today, and we're going to look at incident history critical errors. Okay, so I am going to create a report, a scheduled report that gets delivered periodically to some recipients, and it's going to show them all the current critical alerts that are existing on their system. So anytime the report is run, it'll go to the SiteAudit database, it'll grab the current data and show us all the critical errors that exist. Okay, so that's my goal for today. So let me open this report. Okay, and you can see that the custom report has been opened. We can see the path up here at the top. And basically we are now looking at the incident history view, and as you can see here are all the critical alerts. Okay, and what I don't see here though is if this alert has already been resolved or if it's a currently outstanding alert. So I'm going to add a new column, and this happens to be state. All right, so let's add this in here. And as we can see, many of these are already resolved. So we don't really care about that. That means that the whatever issue that exists no longer is here. So let's just go ahead and filter to show only the unresolved incidents. So these are all the incidents that still need attention. And there's 27 of these. Let's just take a look at what type of incidents these are. So we have a replace ink. You notice they're all critical. Paper jam, fuser's not inserted, replace the ink, don't know what this one is, illegal ink cartridges. So there's 27 critical alerts. Now maybe we even want to see not only critical but the ones that require a trained personnel to go and fix, because quite often an untrained incident can be fixed by somebody on site. But the trained ones typically require a vendor, someone that's familiar with fixing the device. So let's also only show the trained ones. Okay, so there we go. We have 16 critical alerts that require someone trained to go out and fix. If you notice down here, there's a filter showing us exactly what we're looking at. We can actually edit it here, and it can show all the states that we're looking for. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this report, and I'm going to schedule it so that it gets delivered to somebody periodically. Okay, so before I save it, let's first make sure that our mail server is configured. And it is, because the mail server is going to be what delivers these emails to people and the reports. And then what we're going to want to do is let's customize the look and feel of this report. So we'll go to layout, and it says incident history, critical errors. That's okay, just like this. I can see everything. What I'm going to do is change the color. Maybe we'll make it light yellow. Say okay, and I'm actually going to get rid of this total count. I don't care about that. I do want to know how long it's been in effect. You can see some of these for 5 days, 1 day. These been going on for 85 days, a very long time. And maybe we don't want to see the IP address in our reports. Anyway, you can customize this however you want. All right, so we got the report with the right columns in it, and we've changed the look and feel of it. Now we're going to want to set it up, schedule it. Okay, so we're going to come over here to the schedule delivery options, and we can choose the type of report that we want. We'll just say PDF. And the name of the report. So this is going to be the attachment. Your report is attached to an email. And we'll call this critical errors requiring trained personnel. How's that? Okay, and I'm just going to deliver this here so that we can see this come in. And if you want to deliver it to more than one person, just separate it by a semicolon. You can even use a group if you want, a group of something like that if you had that. Okay, this is the sender's email address, and typically I would put whatever the company name is or the customer who where SiteAudit's running. That way I know who it is, and then I'll put the customer's name here as well. And the subject line is critical errors that need attention, something like that. All right. So here's a shortcut where you can look to make sure that your mail server is configured. The other thing you can do is you can archive this report to your file system. So maybe you have a network share. You can put it on a network share, and that way it can be picked up by people in your organization so that they can view it. I'm just going to push mine to the desktop, and I'm going to call this report critical errors. And this YYMMDD, this is going to get appended to the end of the file name. And that way each month I'm going to schedule this to run, actually I'll schedule it to run every day. And we don't want this to overwrite the prior day's report. If you don't care that it overwrites the prior day report, you can just eliminate this. And then every time the report's generated, let's say that we just did it like this, then it'll overwrite any report in this file, in this folder with that name. Okay, but for right now I'm just going to leave it like this, and I'm going to enable archiving. I'm also going to make this a PDF format. All right, so we got that all filled out. So I'm going to say OK, and I'm going to save my report. Okay, now we're going to want to remember where this is located here. Okay, so I'm going to go and find this. It was incident history, and it was called critical errors. You can see here the date is new. So this path we're going to need when we schedule this report. All right, so let's schedule the report. Okay, so we're going to come to Tools, Task Scheduler. Oh my. All right, and we are going to create a new task. I'm going to call it critical alerts. And daily critical alerts requiring trained personnel. Okay, that's pretty much all you need to do here. And then we're going to do a trigger. This is going to be how often or what is going to trigger the report to run. And we're going to do it on a schedule. We're going to do it daily, every day. And let's just say that it's going to start today, and we'll run it at 12 o'clock. Each day at noon. All right, and you can add any of these advanced settings if you want. So you could say stop the task if it runs longer than 30 minutes or something like that. I typically don't need that, but you can set this up however you like. Say OK, and now we need to set the action, and this is going to say what are we wanting to do every day. What we're wanting to do every day is schedule a report. So we're going to go to the program files, Netaphor SiteAudit, and if you scroll towards the bottom here, you'll see something called SiteAudit Scheduled Reports. That's the application that's going to run your report and deliver it to you. Now, here in these arguments is where we need to specify the file that we saved. Okay, and if you recall, this is it right here. So we're going to need this here. Okay, so how we do that is always put it within quotes. All right, so let's grab this path and copy it, and we'll paste it in there with a backslash, and now we need the file name. Okay, so the file name is this guy right here, and we do need the .view extension, so we're going to copy the entire thing and come over here and paste it in, and then the close quote. All right, so this is all you need for on-site. If by chance you're running in a hosted environment, what you would want to do is use a -view file name like that, And then at the end of this, you're going to need a -key file, and then you'll put the full path and name of your key file here, and then that'll run that for a hosted customer. But we're just doing this for on-site right now, so we'll just leave the path like this. Say OK, OK, and we're done. So this is my critical alert task that I created. I can test it by coming over here and clicking Run, and you'll notice that this command prompt comes up whenever it runs, and typically it'll stay up while this thing's executing. So if you ever see it just pop up and go away when you're testing instantly, that probably means that it didn't actually run. And you can always come over to your event logs in user public documents Netaphor SiteAudit logs, event logs, and your scheduled reports are right here. And if you open this log file, if there was any error, like maybe your mail server wasn't configured, or maybe the email recipients were not defined, if there's some problem like that, it should tell you that in this report. Okay, so let's just take a look. So I expected it to get both emailed and delivered to me. So let me take a look at my desktop first, and I'm going to sort by date, and there's the critical errors report. You notice it has the date and time here attached, and if I open it, you'll see it has the yellow background. Let me just increase the size so you can read it. Okay, and you can see we have the 16 errors. They're all unresolved critical errors requiring a trained personnel. It shows how long when the alert was detected and how long it's been in effect. Okay, so now every day I'm going to get a new report, and any new critical trained incidents that occur will exist in that report. Once these get resolved, they'll no longer exist in that report. Okay, so essentially that's how you can create and schedule your own reports in SiteAudit. So, as always, if you have any questions, contact support and we'll be glad to help you.